Okay. So what we got, Mr. Contreras, is I got probable cause for negligent driving in the first degree. That's a misdemeanor. Maximum punishment, 90 days in jail and $1,000 fine, and then the driving while license suspended third. So I got probable cause for both. Mr. Kressel already represents you on the other, because we don't really know what your income situation is right today, do we? Are you working yet? No.
Got laid off.
Right.
As of this week.
Right.
So I've been calling around.
You and I just had that conversation. I didn't think you'd have a job by now. So I know. Try not to feel bad. But you know I got to put some bail on you, don't you? So we're going to put $2,000 cash on you. You're going to have to post $2,000.
Today?
Well, I'll give you till today. I'll give you till 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So if you can't come up with $2,000 cash, you got to report into jail by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. And then, do you know why I'm doing that? Well, because we already got a pending case.
Yes.
You're back here, and the allegations here are serious enough in terms of when I read allegations like this, we got a public safety situation.
Absolutely.
So I don't want you driving.
Absolutely.
So anyway, and we appointed clown public defenders. So I'm gonna put down $2,000 cash. You got to post on this cause number.
What would you?
What's that?
Could you do 1,500? I could come up with 1,500.
I know. I can't do it. So here's where we are on this. You got $1,500 cash. I'm not trying to insult you, and I'm the judge here in town, and I got to be worried about you driving around loaded when you might run somebody down. And I don't want the cops to have to drive around worrying about you. Okay? So we got two different interests. My interest is to keep you off the road. So you got till 3 p.m. tomorrow, I think is 6/16, isn't it? Is tomorrow the 16th? It is. By 3 p.m. you got to post that. You can't drive unless you're properly licensed and whatever else DOL wants you to do. You got to report back to court as directed. Now here's the unfortunate thing. 19th is a holiday. So our next court date for you is going to be June 26th at 1:30. So I need you here in person, because this is pretty serious stuff. If you post that $2,000, you got to be back here in person on the 26th.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to hear or see from you for a long time, except your court dates.
Absolutely.
That's the deal you and I are, that's the agreement we're making. Okay. Now that's the DUI. That's the neg 1. Now, I got other bad news for you. Apparently you have an ignition interlock requirement. And again, you don't have to answer anything. I'm just looking here at your driving record. What DOL is showing is that you have an interlock ignition requirement. So we just added $1,000 more to your bail. It's now $3,000. So I'm using one order for two cause numbers, I think. I'm going to write in $3,000. You got till 3 p.m. tomorrow to post it. You may not drive. What's that?
3,000.
3,000 cash. And like I say, I'm sorry I got to do that to you, but we already have DUI action going, and we got you driving around town without an interlock. So you, sir, are a threat to community safety, and that's why we're putting it at 3,000. And I see that you signed your advice of rights. You know about your advice of rights. You got an attorney. Now, Chief Rowley doesn't have to go looking for you tomorrow, does he, at 3? You either be here with the money and get it posted, or you come over to jail. And then we'll see you Monday, 26th at 1:30. Do you have anything for him, Melissa?
I would like to sign this, please.
Yeah, this is your next court date, etc. And you know how to get in touch with Kressel, don't you? Okay.
Okay.
No, thank you. Got 2 tickets, Mr. Gonzalez. I got CR 30537 and CR 30538. And we got business to conduct first before we talk about anything else. Did you see me come out and try to get you to turn your music down this morning? I'm kind of a big guy. I know you must have seen me.
I wasn't paying attention.
I know you weren't paying attention. So let me explain something to you, Mr. Gonzalez. It's called basic courtesy. You got people working in this building that don't want to hear your music when you pull up to the window and turn it on. And when the judge comes out and knocks on your window,
I apologize.
No, I don't want to hear an apology. I'm giving you a little social advice. Act like you
I
care.
understand.
Act like you
I
care.
understand.
I don't think you do because you keep talking. Act like you care. Otherwise, you and I won't be getting along so well. Okay? Just giving you a heads up.
You need to take your hat off.
And you need to take your hat off. Get it off. Act like you care, and we might start getting along, you and me.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I read this police report on 30537. I'm finding probable cause for misdemeanor harassment. Maximum punishment is 364 days in jail, $5,000 fine. Disorderly conduct kind of grows out of that same set of facts. This is a situation going on with your neighbors. Maximum punishment, 390 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. I've seen you signed your advice of rights. We'll get back to that in a second. On 30538, I found probable cause for criminal trespass, second degree. I'm pretty sure that is because it involves the yard and not the house. So that's maximum punishment, 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. And the obstruction resisting, that's the alleged conduct toward police officers. That's maximum punishment, 364 days in jail, $5,000 fine. Do you understand what you're charged with?
No, sir.
What don't you understand?
The charges.
Okay. Okay, so you may not agree with the charges. I'm asking you if you understand you've been charged with four
yes,
things.
sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, and you keep interrupting me, so I don't know if you actually hear me. It's kind of like your music. I can't tell if you actually listen.
No,
Are you listening?
I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear you're sorry. I want you to know. I want to know that you're listening.
Yes,
I want
sir.
you to look at me
I'm
and
looking
not
at
talk and act like you hear what I'm saying to you. Can you do that, please?
you.
Can
Yeah.
you? Good. Now, you've been charged with 4 different offenses. I see you've posted bail. Did you post $2,500 bail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's a good address for you?
Sir.
And what's a good telephone number for you? On the ticket, we got an address for Graham, Washington, but you're living
That's
around
my
here,
other
aren't
house.
you? Okay. So, can you afford to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to keep bail where it is. Whatever you posted, the $2,500, that stays the same.
Okay.
Okay. And you need to hire a lawyer. And you probably heard me tell 2 or 3 other people that it's a holiday Monday. So the soonest we can come back to court is the 26th at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
And I want you back here for that because I want to know if you have a lawyer or not.
Yes, sir.
And if you have trouble hiring a lawyer, I need to know that too in case I have to appoint you one.
Yes, sir.
Right. So actually what the date that's being set, the 26th, is actually, it's an arraignment. We would enter a plea of not guilty for you on that date, the formal not guilty plea, right? Right now, we just assume you're not guilty, but we're going to have you back here on Monday, we think the 26th, with a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you go get yourself a lawyer and we'll see you Monday, the 26th at 1:30. No further criminal conduct. You're prohibited from talking to your neighbors for the time being. And we'll see you on that Monday.
Okay.
Okay, I just have to, I guess all these other people will just, oh yeah, we need your signature, Mr. Gonzalez. Hang on a second.
Very well.
Do we have McGuire in here? Do I have McGuire? Come on up. McGuire, I got you down for an address in Vancouver. You from Vancouver?
Yes, I live with my son. I have an address. Well, I have a post office box in Bellevue. I'm a union carpenter and
We just want to know where to mail you a letter that you're going to open and read.
I get better mail than my post office box.
That's a lot of digits.
Yeah.
You got a lot of.
What's the zip code again?
What's the zip in Bellevue?
98015.
Are you hard of hearing? No, because you're standing up and you keep looking at me like you can't understand me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You can have a seat if you want. I just wanted to make sure that you could hear me.
I'm just really sore.
Well, hang on a second here, McGuire. Let me look at something. Yeah, we had a jury trial yesterday and we had a couple of old guys like me that it's harder to hear because the tones, you don't always hear the tones.
Some things are.
Yeah. And then everybody makes fun of you when you're looking at them funny. You were looking at me like that and I thought, oh, again, he can't hear me. All right. So You actually, you just said something about working. You actually have an income, don't you?
Yeah, I just finished a job. I was in Chelan, and so I'm on unemployment right now, but I work in the union. I get called out.
Right. So what I'm thinking is we cannot appoint you a lawyer. You're not probably the kind of guy we'd appoint a lawyer to.
No, probably not.
Right. So,
I was wondering if okay.
you wondering what now?
Well, I was wondering if I could just explain what I did and.
Yes and no. How about you? Let me do this first.
Okay.
So it sounds like you took $6.49. The allegation is you took $6.49 worth of food without paying for it.
Yeah, I ate it as I was.
I know. Okay. So, but here's the deal. So one of the things about theft here in town, especially at outfitters, is they have what's called a compromise and misdemeanor. If you pay for it, you can take care of it, you know?
I asked them.
I know, but charges got filed and there's probable cause to go forward with theft on this, which is 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. No, I'm not trying to scare you. You don't need to be scared.
I've never been in.
Well, I know, I already looked, I saw that, okay? But I have to tell you the truth that there's probable cause to go forward with a theft. I don't enjoy telling you that, I'm just telling you the truth. Anyway, so we want you back here, but you can appear by Zoom if you're out of town. If you know how to do Zoom, we want you back here on the 26th at 1:30.
I'll be here.
But what you really got to have is a lawyer.
I don't know if I can quite afford one.
Well, but here's the deal.
That's why I was wondering if I could make a deal with you.
I can't see, the reason why I can't do that is because this involves the city prosecutor. This is a City of Forks case. And so I'm not actually a party to the case. I'm just a judge. But actually one of the things that you can do, I want you, first of all, between you and me, I want you back here on the 26th at 1:30, and you can appear by Zoom, call around, shop around for a lawyer. If you really can't afford one, we can have you fill out a financial affidavit at that time. I mean, we'll work with you on that. But I want you back here to answer this charge officially on the 26th at 1:30. And you can do it by Zoom. You don't have to drive. But you said you're going to drive up here, so that's great too. So here's the deal: is before you leave today, you can ask, because you're not represented by a lawyer yet. You can ask to talk to the prosecutor and see if he has any suggestions for you.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not willing to sign a waiver yet. What she was asking about, my clerk wanted to know is if you wanted to waive a lawyer, and I'm not willing to do that with you yet because you strike me as somebody that doesn't really know how the court system works.
No.
So I don't want to ask you to do that yet. You always have the chance later on to waive your right to counsel. But right now you don't actually have a lawyer, so the prosecutor across the hallway may talk to you about this, okay?
That's the one that I have to deal with.
Yes, because it's actually a City of Forks case, and it's the attorney who's in charge of that. If he doesn't want to talk to you, I can't make him talk to you. You know, I just need you back here on the 26th at 1:30. All righty?
Get a signature real quick, and I give you a copy.
Oh, yeah. Signatures. Didn't we do all this yesterday?
Maybe.
Well, we do the same thing every day. And you can't go back to outfitters till you get cleared.
Oh, I know. I was the stupidest thing.
I know. I understand stupid. We all get stupid.
It's just
That's all right. You don't need to keep talking about it, but you do need to go see if the prosecutor is willing to talk to you. Okay. He's busy, so he might not be willing to talk to you right now, but you can, as long as you don't have a lawyer yet, he's capable of talking to you. Once you get represented, he can't talk to you directly.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Where are we on time?
And
Oh.
he is going to be.
Baby. Uncle Stone, it better be a good argument. Can you hear me? I'm not in the mood for those defense tricks today. Between you and Shadowski, I get tired of it, beating me up. Hang on a second here. We got let's take a look. Whatever number that is. Anyway, there it is. 3A0301241. An axle measuring deal. Let me take a look at this here. 4-ax log track tractor, 2X pole trailer stopped the entire vehicle. While weighing the entire vehicle, it was observed, noted the axle spacing between 2 and 6 seemed short. Trailer still on the scale. I measured the axle spacing between A2 and A6 at 40 and 6. Contacted the defendant, instructed him to park, and informed the defendant he's operating over legal weight for axle spacing between 2 and 6. The measured the axle spacing, and defendant observed the measurement. Log truck and trailer 77.4. The 2.6 axle spacing and 6 something. Measured the distance, 73,000 pounds. So in theory, he was about 4,500 pounds overweight is what it, does that sound what you're, I guess 3,900. Is that what it sounds like to you, young Mucklestone, is about 3,900 over?
The report might, looks like it's, they're referencing as such, Your Honor. Just Dustin Mucklestone, Rule 9 here for the record. And I did have a motion, whenever Your Honor is ready.
Yeah, go ahead with your motion. I'm just reviewing the certificates. Go ahead with your motion.
All right. Well, this is a motion to exclude the scale certificate documents. This is a foundational issue, Your Honor. The ID and reference number for the scale that was included in the certification reports following the officer's report, the officer does not make any mention of any model number or identifying the scale that was used in any sort of way in his report. So there's really no logical connection that we can make here. And you know, for all intents and purposes, it could be a completely different scale. We don't know. So I'm asking the court to exclude the scale report, Your Honor.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say and what I think I'm seeing here, I'm looking at the narrative on the ticket, which does not actually reference the citations, the certificates.
That's correct. It does not identify the scale that's being used.
All right, so I'm satisfied that foundational requirement, I told you to not beat up on the judge. I'm a nice judge and here you are abusing me. So yeah, I know, I accept your apology. I feel better now. Anyway, the narrative does not reference the certificates. So as far as I know, the certificates don't necessarily relate to this case. So you have prevailed on your foundation argument. You tell that kid, BB, from me, from Judge Hannafy, I know all his relatives. I don't know the kid, but I know all his relatives, to not drive trucks unless he's sure what they weigh. Because, you know, employers put people in trucks and they don't always, sometimes people start driving trucks before they know what they've got.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, we definitely. Well, we appreciate it. It's always great to see you.
I don't want to see BB anymore. I don't want to see his name for a long time. Another 2 or 3 years. I don't want to... Right. All righty. We'll see. Right, I dismissed it. I dismissed it. Instead of not found infracted, I just dismissed because we don't have foundation. Okay, we'll send you that, Mr. Mucklestone. Right. Good job.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a great day. It's my only matter.
You too. Shadowski, I'm tired of it already. Abuse. Lawyer.
Well, don't worry, Judge. I'm not going to beat you up on this one.
You're not? What do you got?
No. I got State of Washington versus Robert Strand, cause number 380293907. Well, Judge, I reviewed the discovery, which I did receive from the prosecutor's office, and honestly, I didn't see any issues. Well, certainly no dispositive issues related to the speed measurement. So I took the liberty of reviewing Mr. Strand's record prior to coming to court today. It appears that he's eligible for a deferral, and I'd ask that the court allow him to take advantage of that. See, I'm not beating.
We absolutely will allow him to take a deferral, and it's always a pleasure, Mr. Shadowski, that you and your wife are very competent and ethical attorneys.
Well, you know, Judge, I can't win them all. So, and plus, Mr. Mucklestone beat up on you already this morning, so I felt that.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see you, Joe. Yeah, we'll send you that deferred stuff.
All right. Hey, I appreciate it, Judge. I got to go see Judge Newport here before he holds me in contempt.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll see you.
Bye.